Hello friends and welcome back to ReddX, your source for the freshest daily cringe content anywhere on the internet. Promise swearsies, it's just a fact and it's totally science. Go ahead and look it up. Today we've got another series opening up from our good friend user Ethan Ralph is Fat. This is from r/NeckbeardStories is what I'm gonna call it. Really, it's a Red exclusive from r/ReddX Reads, and really, dude is out here just doing the most, dumping all sorts of delicious sagas into our laps. We've got Alice, we've got the house with like brother beard and stepsis and all that weird stuff that was going on. We've also got, of course, some guitar beard stuff that was left on the cutting room floor. Many, many great series from a very, very great writer, so I appreciate him doing the most. He also writes a lot of the video essays that pop out on the channel, although we've taken sort of a hiatus from those. I'm not gonna force one out a week. I just wanna do it as it comes, you know? I feel an inspiration, I'm like, all right, here you go. But it doesn't make sense to, put a timeline on it, especially when we've got so much other content to work on. So, let's go ahead. We are live streaming this on Twitch. If you'd like to come through and see me live, we'll go ahead and get some additional plugs and disclaimers out of the way. And then we will dive right into some of this r/NeckbeardStories, cringe. LARPing Logs, Episode 1, Red Tape and Monologues. Oh, I love a good monologue. That's basically all I do here. As for the red tape, yeah, you know, she who shall not be named has got all that handled. She's like, oh, you can't say f or sh or I don't really know how this is gonna go, but I'm hopeful, so let's just see. Welcome to the LARPing Logs. This is a series that will focus on a cast of characters that all have a touch of the beardiness. Oh, well, yeah, I relate to that. Now, when you hear the word LARP, you might be thinking of the common nomenclature, which is often used as a synonym for role-playing in general. Ah, yes, but live-action role-playing, right? Like IRL, right? Such as someone LARPing as a doctor on Twitter. Oh, that's not IRL. I guess it does apply. Despite having dropped out of high school. But no, in this sense, I mean like actual LARPing. There are several types of LARPing out there, but the one that we'll be focused on is a full contact combat sport. Lightning bolt, lightning bolt. I've seen it, man. There's no magic here. Oh, God, I need to start reading ahead a little bit. It's just a bunch of nerds beating each other with foam-covered PVC. Honestly, at that point, why not, like, you know, do some actual combat trials with steel? The foam makes you feel like a safe boy. Get out there, hit each other with metal, like a real man. Now, I fell in with the LARPing crowd somewhere around the time that I was finishing my bachelor's. The college I was at had a small collection of people who partook in this LARPing. It was a new thing on campus, created by a man that I will introduce to you soon. COP, you and me, we grew up in a different time when all this nerd stuff wasn't cool, right? Now I'm reading Twitter threads about like a D&D group that gets started as a high school and like 100 slots get filled up in an hour and stuff like that. It's the new hip thing to be a nerd, and if that's the case, I think I'm gonna go learn how to play sports ball. I don't want to fit in with you guys. I'm complex, okay? I only found out about it accidentally when I saw the group carrying armfuls of what looked like play swords and shields across the parking lot to the quad. I observed them from a distance for a while, casually smoking cigarettes and drinking enough energy drinks to give myself nerve damage from a B12 overdose. Yeah, but you sure were energetic, weren't you? I was mesmerized as the cavalcade of characters ran about the field, fighting each other with the foam weapons. Fascinated by this circus before me, something primal in me wanted very much to hit people with foam-covered sticks, and eventually I approached the leader. Yes, indeed, no man can resist. Foam sword or metal sword, we just want to hit each other. Just a little bit. We used to go out into the brush and stab wild animals to death, and now it's like just hunting for the best video game or sweater. And there's a part of you that needs to be fulfilled. Grab a foam sword, sure, why not? I was ignorant to the verbal tirade that I was about to be subjected to, but before any of that, let's go ahead and get our cast list out of the way. I mean, sure, you do it your way. Cast, OP, hey, that's me! The nubile foam fighter. God. Yeah, I guess we could call you that. Fine. Known as Ethan Ralph is fat. Yes, indeed. I'm a manlet, femboy, who dresses like a scene girl, minus the hair dye. I was feeling a bit isolated since a lot of my friends were graduating or moving, and I was out looking to make some new friends, which is how I ended up in this odd menagerie of people. I mean, I wouldn't write them off immediately because they're odd. It might be like a group of very cool nerds, you know what I'm saying? Although if that was 100% the case, I don't know if we'd be reading this story right now. King Beard, KB for short. Oh, it's gonna fill the World War weeb hole in my heart. I don't know what happened to Sincerely Sinclair. We need to finish that series too, man. It kind of got left in the lurch, didn't it? But okay, a new King Beard has risen, and King Beard is an example of an affluent beard. He was coddled, his parents paid for everything, including all of the fancy gear that this man had at his disposal. He drove a red Hummer. Oh, God.
You think I'd be caught dead driving that thing? It looks like a school bus for 6-year-old pimps.
Why does a red Hummer remind me of Red Rocket? There's something wrong with me, man.
Red Rocket! Come on, dog, Red Rocket! Ah!
And he was often very long-winded about codes of conduct within the group. He took his position as leader of the realm very seriously and just seemed to like to hear himself talk. Beyond his holier-than-thou nature, there really wasn't that much else that was beardy about him. Honestly, that's enough for me. Sense of entitlement, delusion of grandeur, it's all right there. He was well put together though, and he was a relatively good-looking individual. The true extent of his beard would not be known until much later. That's why you gotta keep your head on swivel, you know what I'm saying? You never know when the beards might attack. Maverick Beard MB for short. Maverick Beard was also someone who took the sport of hitting people with foam very seriously. And he was actually very talented with his fake swords. Bro, you know he practiced that like way too much. He watched some YouTube tutorials. He's like, oh, the backflip, the spinning cyclone, watch me. Okay, bro, yeah, you're the coolest foam sword guy I ever saw. Does that fulfill you in some way? Both him and King Beard were relatively athletic for beards. Considering this specific type of LARPing requires actual stamina, this shouldn't be that surprising. Maverick Beard was a lanky, agile man with long, greasy black hair. He was quick to laugh, but infinitely insecure due to an issue that will be highlighted later. Oh, he got a small peepee, that's what that is. No, I don't know. His beardiest trait was butting heads with King Beard about the leadership of the group, often resorting to duplicity in his feeble attempts to seize control of the group. I mean, who really cares, man? We're just a bunch of people fighting with foam swords. Do we really need a leader? Jesus. Sasuke was his fighter name, and he was definitely something. I feel no need to give him a beard title, as most of his beardiness was just in the form of nihilism. Honestly, yeah, I kind of feel that. I had a phase similar to this. I think Ramtide is still having a phase similar to this. He never did anything to spite people. He wasn't a sex pest, and he wasn't any sort of ist that would make him reprehensible. The beardiest thing about Sasuke was his obsession with the Naruto character, Sasuke. We'll get into that later, though. Oh my god. My 11-year-old daughter, she draws Sasuke all the time. She tells me all about him. I'm like, that's awesome. I don't know anything about the show or anything, but I'm glad you're enjoying it. That's all I can really say. Other characters. Throughout this series, we're going to be meeting a cast of characters longer than that of Lord of the Rings. Oh, is Tom Bombadil? He's a merry fellow. For the sake of simplicity and not getting lost in the sauce, I'll try to keep the stories limited to the central characters of each episode. If a name pops up that isn't on the cast list, feel free to remember it, or don't. I will remind you when the time comes, as a good narrator should, right? Or I guess you're the writer, I'm the narrator. It's whatever, we're working together. Teamsies! I had waited for a round of combat to end, and I approached one of the members. He was a very large man with a long, unkempt red beard. Oh my god, it's Ramtide! I don't know why Ramtide's stuck in my head. I guess because he's lurking the Twitch chat right now. And he's my best friend forever! I inquired as to how I could get involved in this interesting activity. He led me to a much smaller man, the leader of the realm, king of the campus, King Beard himself. I thanked the large bearded man before introducing myself to King Beard. I have to admit, despite typically being a gregarious individual, I was a little nervous about the approaching of these particular people. You shouldn't be scared, OP. The worst that can happen is like they outright reject you. You know what I mean? And if that's the case, then you didn't belong there anyways. But I think they're gonna welcome you into the fold. They need another strong shield arm, you know? You guys performing a phalanx? What's going on? OP walks up and says, hi. I was wondering what all of this was, I said, extending a hand, attempting to conduct the ritual of hand shaking, which might seem weird for aliens, but yeah, it is mostly normal. For those who don't remember, handshaking was this thing that we used to do. I'm loving that. This thing we used to do in the before times where you would clasp another person's hand momentarily. Disgusting, I know. It it fell out of vogue about 2 years ago during the great hand sanitizer shortage. Yes, you remember that? It was in the before times. I don't remember it all that well. King Beard, I think he's gonna have the classic Neckbeard voice. He says, well, this is LARPing. It's a full contact combat sport where we hit each other with foam weapons. There are several rules to it, and you'll have to sign a waiver if you want to play. Wow, must be some pretty hard foam, right? I have some loader gear you can use if you want to give it a try. All generously provided by me. I'd be happy to show you the basics and set you up with a sparring partner after that. I saw you watching over there. Normally people just point and laugh, so it's cool that you want to get involved. We're always looking for new members to grow our realm. God. We're one of the smallest in the state, and if we want to be taken seriously, we need to grow. So allow me to thank you for expressing interest. I'm King Beard, the king of this realm, and it is a pleasure to meet you. Already I'm getting some red flags, honestly. The whole first part of this went okay until the last sentence, and then I'm like, huh? The king of the realm? All right, dude, put that ego in check for just a minute. At least he didn't ask you to bow or some crap like that. He said all this in rapid succession, as if reading a sales script. He finished with some odd flourishing bow that I legitimately cannot describe on paper. Whatever you're imagining in your head is probably right. He then slid a waiver over to me on a clipboard. I slowly read it as my brain attempted to ingest the words that had just been thrown at my head. This was a man who spoke in run-on paragraphs, and that was mentally taxing. For a slight moment, I thought the waiver might be a contract for a timeshare in Mississippi, just based on his rapid carnival barker style of speech. Eventually, though, I did sign it, deciding that it all seemed above board. The beard voice isn't too rapid. Maybe I should have picked another voice. Oh well, we're in it now. OP says, cool, I'm OP. I was cut off as he looked over my waiver. Kingbeard, you put your normal name as your fighter name. No, that won't do at all. You have to have a fighter name. Like, make something up that sounds mythical or is from fantasy. You can't just be named OP. That'll make us look awful. People won't take you seriously if you don't have a fighter name. Go ahead and put down a real fighter name. Bro, my real name could be a fighter name. Okay, my name is Bilbo Baggins. Dildo Saggins. OP says, I can't think of one right this second. Kingbeard, well, if you can't pick one, I'll have to pick one for you. And people don't usually like the names that I pick for them. They are deliberately terrible. So either choose one or face my horrible naming conventions. You say that like it's the weirdest flex in the world. Okay, just change the first letter of your name or something. Instead of OP, I'm no P or something like that, right? I think that's deliberately terrible too. OP says, okay, well, if I have to choose a name, Judas Iscariot. It's almost as bad as Bilbo Baggins, isn't it? Kingbeard, like the guy from the Bible? OP, yeah? Well, that's not very creative, but it's good enough. And come with me, Christ killer. I mean, he didn't kill him, he just betrayed. Oh, whatever. OP, please don't call me Christ killer. You picked the name, though.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
This is hilarious already. Kingbeard, no promises. You chose the name, now you have to roll with the punches. I didn't choose it for you. You might have been better off just letting me give you a name, but you chose to be the Christ killer. Now he's just saying it to get under your skin. I don't like this guy already. We got 3 red flags within the first few minutes of meeting. I'm out. I'm out, bro. Kingbeard is essentially just like a little child. You should have never let him know that this bugged you, and he probably would have forgot about it, but he could also just choose to be a decent human being, so I can't blame OP too much. This dude's just a scumbag, and that's already pretty evident. It's light so far, but I guarantee you the back-cracking cringe is coming. Now, you might be wondering why I chose the name Judas Iscariot. That's simple. I freaking love the musical Jesus Christ Superstar. I wouldn't have pinned you for that, Eat the Ralph is fat. We talk a lot and I never do this. I love the stupid hippie vibes. I love the songs, and I love that it's a musical that focuses on the view of Jesus Christ through the eyes of Judas. It's an interesting presentation of the story, and I absolutely love everything about it. Judas has some of the best bangers in the musical, and was my favorite character, even as a young little shiz who knew nothing about Christianity or Catholicism. It wasn't an edgy ha-ha joke. I just like that specific character in that specific musical. I mean, no shame. Maybe you could have tweaked it a little bit, but it's whatever. Following a prolonged tirade about the heretical nature of my chosen fighter name, I was given a loner sword and shield, and then I was taught the rules. This was done by Kingbeard, explaining at length the rules while hitting me with a sword. Yeah, this is just to placate his ego. He's like, I'm winning, watch me go. Couldn't you just say it with your mouth? I guess demonstration works for some people, but I'll get it. At least let me smack you back or something like that. Kingbeard, if you get hit in the arm, you have to drop what that arm is holding and put it behind your back. Hit in the leg and you have to drop to a knee. Lose 2 limbs and you're dead unless that limb is pierced by a stab. Then it's disabled, but it doesn't count as a lost limb. It's just a flesh wound.
Just a flesh wound.
There's no hitting in the neck, groin, or head. Those shots don't count. If you get hit in the head, call head and continue fighting. Yeah, I call out head too, but it's for a different reason. If you get hit in the body or the butt, you are dead. Ah, yes. The butt is like the Achilles heel of the body. What? He then demonstrated getting hit in the head by hitting me in the head. Yeah, I saw that one coming. Then you scream out head, and then you do it back to him twice as hard. That's the only way to go. He thinks like a little kid, so you say, we have to be even. Let me hit you in the head harder so we're even. Spoiler alert, the foam weapons actually hurt. A lesson that I would come to learn later in my LARPing career. Ramtide has done a lot of this stuff, and he's sitting in the chat saying that they are basically glorified baseball bats. So yeah, I take back everything that I said about the foam weapons, okay? I don't want to be hit with a baseball bat, even if it's wrapped in foam. OP, holy crap, that hurts. Why would you hit me in the head as a demonstration, Kingbeard? To show you why you shouldn't hit people in the head, dummy. It hurts, right? A lot of people have trouble when they start and hit people in the head a lot. I find that by hitting newbies in the head, they learn faster. Bruh. This is not your role, okay? I've been doing this since I was 12. I think I know a thing or two about teaching the game. Oh, you can be hit in the head with an arrow, or a rock throw, or a javelin, and that counts. Okay, let's practice. You ready? At this point, I would be getting heated. I'm like, all right, the first thing I'm gonna do is smack you right in the mouth. We are going to be even whether you like it or not. OP says, I guess. What followed is me getting my ass absolutely handed to me by Kingbeard. I gripped the sword all wrong, something that I wasn't corrected on for a long time. I didn't have the muscle memory to do cool stuff with fake medieval weapons. He, on the other hand, had over a decade of experience. After about 5 rounds, I was getting a bit winded, and so was he. Yeah, winded from beating the crap out of you? I don't think I even would have gone 5 rounds. I'd be like, I'm gonna go find somebody that's more my speed. This is ridiculous. I don't stand a chance. Kingbeard, well, you kind of suck. Yeah, this guy's just a douche. But you got potential. Why don't you fight with Sasuke for a couple rounds? He's only been doing this for about a month. He's the Asian kid standing with his arms folded over by that tree. He's an okay guy. He's like the bard of our group. He can play the flute. Is that what makes a bard? Okay. You just need to know one instrument. Bam! Bard status. Awesome. I play trombone. Not well. I took this opportunity to escape the unending diatribes of Kingbeard. He seemed nice enough. No, he didn't, OP. Maybe this is all with like hindsight, so I'm seeing some stuff that you're not seeing, but yeah, he's not nice. He's not a good person. Except for the hitting me in the head bit, but yeah, he was emotionally draining, 100%. So I went over to the man, dressed in all black. His 2 foam katanas sat on either side of him, and I introduced myself. OP. Hi there, I'm OP, or Judas, I guess. I'm supposed to spar with you. Sasuke. How bothersome. I love having to train the newbies every time. I just wish people would leave me alone. Oh, he's so edgy. OP. Okay. I'm sorry, I'll see if someone else can help me. Sasuke. No, it's fine. I like showing the new meat their place, and that place is somewhere beneath me. Oh, that's what you're into, is it? I guess. He's the newbie, so he doesn't want to be like the newbie forever, so he's just trying to like pull in a new newbie, so he doesn't have to be on the bottom of the totem pole or something like that. I get it. He dramatically stood holding his 2 foam katanas in front of him. Sasuke, show me what you got. Oh, God. I wish people would leave me alone, so I joined this social club. I'm a super tough guy. Oh my god. Already, these characters are just killing me. It's like when Chris Trucker went to the anime convention, but it's a whole series like that about fighting with foam swords. Bunch of nerds. Oh, I admit it might be fun, but looking at it through this lens, I'm it's killing me. Show me what you got. Okay, we then proceeded to spar. Fighting Sasuke was easier. He wasn't as fast or as skilled as Kingbeard. That, plus his insistence on dual wielding over shield and sword, put him at a slight disadvantage. I would like to say that I won more than I lost. I would be lying though. I ran out of breath quickly after having gone just 5 rounds with Kingbeard. Sasuke, you're gonna have to work on your stamina if you want to keep up around here. He said this somewhat out of breath himself. The pause gave me the opportunity to ask the obvious question. OP, why did you choose Sasuke as your fighter name? Sasuke, cause I like Sasuke from the Naruto anime. He's the best character. Oh boy. Yeah, totally. All the other tryhards in the show are busy going on their stupid little epic journeys. Meanwhile, Sasuke's out there getting revenge and brooding. Yeah, that's... brooding! That's what makes an interesting character. He doesn't have to do anything except brood. He doesn't concern himself with the needs of those beneath him. He takes what he wants, like a real man. That is his and my ninja way. Oh, takes what he wants like a real man. Does that have something to do with OP being underneath you? Are we learning something about Sasuke already? A little bit sussy, that's all I'm gonna say. Internally, I rolled my eyes so hard that my inner self became temporarily blind. No, really, it is killing me. I'm feeling the spine fractures forming.
My back. Oh, my back.
Kingbeard was, you know, passable, I guess, but Sasuke, oh my god. He's taking this edgy boy business way too far. OP, yeah, sounds pretty cool. So is your character in the game a ninja or something? Sasuke, no, I am a ninja. Oh boy, he's taking the LARP a bit too far, isn't he? See, that's the terrifying thing about games like this. Where does the game stop and real life begin? He followed this statement by performing what I believe to be accurate Naruto hand signs, but I don't know enough about that show to say whether or not they were correct. I will admit though, I was mildly impressed with his digital dexterity as he performed them very quickly. I mean, I would be impressed too until you think about how much time he spent like learning to do it, and then I get a little bit depressed. What else could you have done with this time in your life? Let's ask each other that question, or maybe don't. OP just says, oh, I see. Well, I never met a ninja before, or a king. Today is a really red letter day. Are you being sarcastic? You gotta be being sarcastic. Sasuke, oh, no. OP, what? Sasuke, Kingbeard and Maverickbeard about to begin their daily pissing contest. Oh, really? Let's go watch. Somebody grab a bucket. He said this, pointing to a scene that was unfolding behind us. Sitting atop a bench on the quad were 2 girls. One was your stereotypical colorful, manic, early 2010s girl. You know the type. Rainbow Dash looking hair, cut short, shaved on one side, glasses, tattoos, piercings, and post-ironic grunge rock attire. The other was a similarly sized girl, though she was dressed more conventionally. Jeans and a low-cut shirt, long red hair down her back, and so many freckles you would be forgiven for thinking that she got a suntan through a screen door. That is the first time that I have heard that. But yeah, I'm adding that to my repertoire. Honestly, I probably would enjoy the one who's dressed more conventionally, but I don't know anything about them aside from how they look. I'm a big fan of tradition around here. If you didn't know, I noticed them observing the proceedings previously, but was informed by Sasuke that they were called realm mothers. They basically don't fight, and they just like to hang around with the LARP nerds. Oh, it's kind of weird, but all right. I guess even LARPers need groupies. Maverick Beard and King Beard both wanted the manic dream girl. I ventured closer to make heads or tails of what they were saying. Maverick Beard, look, I'm just making small talk. King Beard, no, you are conducting yourself as a lecherous swine, Maverick Beard. You cannot approach such a fair milady so informally. Oh my god, bro. Are you for real right now? You think she's impressed by any of this? I mean, maybe she is. That's why she's stuck around this long. But I hate it. Thanks so much. I hate it. Maverick Beard. Bro, I think you're taking the king shtick a little bit far. King Beard. I don't think I'm taking it far enough. If my subject is willing to conduct himself with such loathsome decorum. What are you gonna do? Pull out the guillotine? Big foam guillotine? Oh, now I'm really scared. Jesus Christ, man. Dude's trying to run game. This is the way that you run game. Obviously, it doesn't work. Neither of y'all got bitches, so I don't know what to tell you, man. I think everybody here needs to change up their tactics. Do you think that that girl is actually interested in either one of them? Or is she just enjoying being the center of attention for a moment? Ponder that one out. Maverick Beard says, what do you want to do? Fight about it? King Beard, indeed. God. I shall fight for the honor of the fair maiden and her right to perform her duties unharassed. Maverick Beard, oh my God. Can you please talk like a normal person? He can't talk like a normal person. He's been doing this since he was 12 for a decade. That's half of his life. He is way too far entrenched to give up on this now. I grew less excited by the sideshow as Maverick Beard went to his gear and picked it up. For a second, I thought I was about to see some good old-fashioned display of toxic masculinity. A fist fight over the hand of some girl. No, instead, I was about to witness a display of toxic LARP masculinity, which is significantly less masculine, but more entertaining, interestingly, which is almost as good if I use my imagination. They squared up while the manic pixie dream girl stereotype looked on with a coy smile. Yeah, I see exactly what she's about, and I ain't gonna sign off on none of that. Something told me that she liked this kind of attention. Called it. The redhead next to her looked dejected at the sight before her. See, somebody go swoop her up. Just because she doesn't put metal through her nose and dye her hair a bunch of stupid colors. I'll go talk to her. Oh wait, I'm married. Maybe a decade ago, sure. Whatever. I just can't stand to see a milady go unmiladied. An arm wrapped around my shoulder, and Sasuke got real close to me. Sasuke, welcome to the club. God. A series of foam sword fights. I don't know how to deal with this, but I'm quite excited. And that will end episode 1 of the LARPing Logs. This is gonna be a long one, so I recommend that you fuckle yourself in. The first installment is just a small taste of the world of cringe that I found myself in. I just wanted to hit people with sticks. Don't we all? Instead, I found myself in a world of high school tier drama with fantasy LARP undertones. Honestly, I can't speak highly enough of hitting people with foam sticks. It's a ton of fun. The politics and drama associated with being in a group composed of people who take LARPing this seriously is significantly less fun. Yeah, but you need the group or else who are you gonna hit with the foam stick? That's a catch-22, I tell you what. So I hope you continue to join me as we delve into the weird Gordian knot of cringe that is my time in the LARPing community. So many questions to answer though. Who was the large man who greeted me in the beginning of the story? Who will win the duel for the hand of Rainbow Dash, the punk rock looking girl? How deep does Sasuke's ninja LARP go? Find out on the next episode of Dragon Beard Z! God, I love that. Thanks for reading. Imagination is only intelligence having fun. A healthy mind knows how to switch between worlds and which one you need to eat and sleep in. Sir Terry Pratchett. I loved ending it with the quote. That's beautiful. It sounds like we're getting like edified and everything. I too know how to switch between worlds. The keybind is Alt F4. And then you stand up, walk away from the computer, go get a drink of water or something. Remember that you're a human, not a machine, at least not yet. I really did enjoy this. Like I said earlier on, it is just the Chris Trucker anime convention, but extrapolated into high school tier drama. It fills my need for World War weeb and some more of that foam sword fighting. So yes, this is a series that I am happy to open up. We got a lot of other stuff that we need to get wrapped, you know. There's Fallout Beard, Tulsa Beard, World War weeb, even unfortunately, there's a ton of stuff that I need to get wrapped. I probably shouldn't be opening series, but I just can't help myself. It was too tempting. I love user Ethan Ralph is Fat stories, and I hope that you guys did as well. If you did, I hope that you like, comment, and or subscribe. I always appreciate that. Maybe check out the links in the description, you know, share the thing around, you know. We got all kinds of stuff. Plugs, playlist, podcast, Spotify, iTunes, etc. Teespring if you're trying to rock that merch. Hey, that will be pretty cool. We've got social medias. I did mention we live stream this on Twitch, but I've also got a Twitter and a Discord and a Facebook, and sometimes I say things on there. We've also got my gorgeous, wonderful, beautiful, generous channel members and Patreon patrons. I'd like to thank them Jerry much as I do every episode, so thank you too! Starting with channel members, Tiny Void, Angel Dark, Bedazzled Misery, Skylar Rain, The Fez Waver, That One Gay Cop, Valley Eyed Crane, She's a Rosie Rainbow, Slow Spooner, Jerry, Sean Cantwell, Heaven Sent, Robert Thibodeau, Jackie McQuitty, Grimstride, Train Boy, AJ Collins, Tooth Blushy, Corey Arts, Kelly Clark, Lickalish Loser, Florentic Waver, Dungeon Bat, Billy D, Robert Waits, Brandon Ashcroft, Phantom Danica, Orgamy Steve, Skylar May Morningstar, The Gypsy Barber, Fire Drake, Samantha, Death's Flagship, Bearded Snake, Buy Two, Get One Hand. On the Patreon side, we got Miss Black, Harley Hohen, Robert Waits, Camille Sarah, Chancellor, Blue Kraken, Roxanne Wilson, Jerry Vixie, Conrad Ingy, Fluxer, the Captain of Industries, I don't got friends, I got tendies. Captain Cloud Jerry, Ellipses, Aaron Jerry, Deku, Esteban, Orgamy Steve, Big Dog with the Bag of Bombs from Downtown, Jerry, Peg for Forgiveness, Santa Jerry, Silent Revolver, PCB, The Original Jerry, Jerry, Take Jerry, 211 Jerry, The Two Jerrys, Destiny Piper, Jerry, Kitsune, Salty Wizard, A Very Tired Jerry, yeah, I feel it, Justin Dargonia Jerry, and Frankenberry, ain't that a hot bitch though, Assassin Pug Jerry, Bang Bang, Baby Jerry, Goo-ga-ga, Baby Joe, Peanut Jerry, Benji and the Jets, Billy D, Mitch Gremlin, Blade the Hero, Bronze Kraken, Commander J Tank, Dr. Lux, Aaron Era, Erratic Mechanic, Eastbox, Frozen Never Studio, Fire Drake, Gizmo Jack, Hadrian BR, Inquisitor Jerry, Irish Pirate, Lust the Blue, Marmalade, Mutiny. Oh, we can get it back for you, bro. Iron Oliver, Radiant Jam, JM Coon, Jerry Smith, Jerry Blacktail, Jerry Llama, the Trucker, Hong Kong, Jerry, I'm begging of you, please don't take my bread. It's so delicious. Crewhee, Kelly Kraken Lady, Italian Greyhound Dino, Lady in Awakening, Lauren Crow, Legitimate Girth, Lord Jerry O, leader of the Thunder Jerrys, Luke Mix was a race car driver, he was a good friend of mine, he never did win that checkered flag, but I helped him drink his wine. I actually listened to that song. You're welcome. Like and subscribe. But Lady Nix, Meldar the Destroyer, Metafacta. I'm here because my cringe senses are tingling. Yeah, this was a good episode for that, wasn't it? Needless King 89, Paragon Soul, Phantom of the Pines, Jerrykins and Jerry Beth, Queens, Quaaludes and Quagmires, Ramtide, Lackermates, Rose Jerry Miller, Sarita the Lolita, Scarlet's Kevin, Sergeant Gay Cop, Bring Out the Law, Silo Imp, Steampunk Ellie, Stephanie Gunner, Side Active Boomstick, Brilliant Tomago, the Gypsy Barber, the Lilith Sue, what you Fusky? This isn't even my final beard. That's true, we got many to go. Trying to find another mom to get back to the real world. Vanguard, Angel, VC3, Viking Jerry, Wikitech, Zephyr the Gargoyle, or Clay, Void Set Collector of Cringe, Comrade Moody, Kira, not another Jerry, but he is though, Cage Alex, Redwind, Bad Penny Lane, Nog Viper, Saint Blessing, Third Stuff, Venom Jerry, we are Venom Jerry, Jace Christensen, Arnold Voice, even the weebs, we can CDL trade it. Yeah, we can try at least. One Leg Jerry has returned from battle. A normal Jerry, alright, I'll bring you Doritos, but I count on your expertise if they attract beards, which they definitely will. Admiral T-Tank, Emmer Alder, another stupid hipster, Atomic Jerry Zilla, Bartender Kelia, Big Dad Wolf, Broken Spine Horseradish, the original different Jerry, Cake Jerry, California Jerry Girl, Chevron 7 Lock, Chikara the Panda, Corey does commissions now. Hey, Crypt Titty, Stefan Jerry, Defter Tuna, Dilf Jerry, Dwarfy Dude, Dwarven Ramses, half the calories, all the hate. Get to at the Doodles, again, commissions open. Jerry Boo's daughter, Ghost of Alpha Greymon 365, half Slavic Jerry in a tracksuit. He cannot. Hydra Jerry Solomon, Janitor Jerry, roaming the streets of Finland, hunting down Naruto headband. Jeffy, Geralt of Arivia, Jerry, but with two S's and an E, that's Jesse. Jerry Springer, the results are in, you are not.
brought the neckbeard. All right, Jerry the Sussy Baka, Jerry's mom has got it going on. Look at that mustache on Jerry Older Rivera, Jerry Rockstars, Jerry role-playing game, Kid Marvelous, Kids Again, Lucia Lovecraft, Machia CD. Maybe next time, Milk Fit, Miss Duchess, Mr. Gasmask, Not Invisible Angel, Raptor, Seldom Dark, Scallyway, Morningstar again. Wow, Snary, that's Snob Jerry if you didn't know. Spoonie the Rogue, Spoopy, Scary Jerry Ton is relevant all year round. We're almost in October again. God, it really does go around, doesn't it? Too fast. Techno Dubs, the original Jerry, they call him Jerry Two Knives, Jerry Pie, Titus Trucker Dunker. What? To Infinite Jerry and beyond. Tokyo Bird, Unkale, Vaughn, throws 2 liter Mountain Dew, grow my neckbeard, grow. It's Jerry time, holds ReddX Warfare. Hygiene, it's Jerry time, holds ReddX Warfare. Humility, and thank you of course to my $1 patrons as well.
Bless up to all the Jerrys and not Jerrys alike. You guys doing the most out here, helping to keep me afloat, and I don't have the words except for thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you again. Thank you infinitely. If you can afford to join these lovely people, I would appreciate it. If you can't, don't sweat it too hard, friends. I just appreciate you coming on through, hanging out with me, and I hope that you come on back and hang out with me again tomorrow. In order to do so, you need to keep yourself safe out there, wash your hands, but also take some time out and do something that you personally enjoy today. Maybe like watching some more ReddX videos, right? Right. Always remember, friends, that you are loved, you are worthy, you definitely deserve it, and I shall see you in the next one. So until then, friends, bye-bye.